What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you our Week 2 matchup here in NPBF Season 14. This week we are taking on our good buddy Nate, our really good friend Nate, and his Baltimore Honchkrows. You can see his team right there on screen. He is rocking out with the Kyurem Black, Grimmsnarl, Porygon 2, Gastrodon, Jolteon, Meltank, Rotom Fan, Arcanine, Victini, Capparaja, and Shuckle. So, annoying aspects of his team. First of all, Shuckle. Obviously, we have to make sure that we have hazard removal available on deck, 100%, because there's the potential for webs, there's the potential for rocks, there's potential for literally everything in the world, and I don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to deal with it at all. Right. He's got a lot of fat. Meltank, P2, Gastrodon, Grimmsnarl with screens, Arcanine. Bleh. Trying to break through all that's going to be very annoying. And then there's the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about the Capparaja. I'm talking about the Kyurem Black plus Victini. Offensively, I don't really have defensively, I don't really have great ways of dealing with that. I don't really deal with that situation. You understand me? I don't really have a thing to deal with that. I have things that can kind of switch in to Victini, depending on the move it clicks. And I have things that can kind of deal with Kyurem. But those are only kind ofs. Not guarantees, kind ofs. And some of those things don't even really do a great job. So it's going to be like, I'm going to need a lot of luck here, and it's going to take a lot of positioning to make it through this game. With my integrity intact. Alright, here we go. First mon, though, we're bringing, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. I felt it was finally time. We are bringing the best boy, the Appleton, with the leftovers, thick fat ability. 224 HP, 252 defense, bold nature, 4 in special attack, and 28 in speed. The 28 in speed is so that I believe that allows us to outpace max speed or uninvested Gastrodon. We want to outspeed that because, frankly, I don't want it toxicking me. I want to be able to O-coat an Apple Acid real fast. As long as it's not Rindoberry, I just want to get rid of it. I don't really want Gastrodon around very long. Because it's really annoying for a lot of things. So, I want it dead. I want it really dead. Body Press with max defense really just kind of chunks a lot of members of his team, which is really, really good. I just kind of threw on Dragon Pulse because I wanted a stab move that I could click against things like Arcanine and Victini and stuff like that. Because, like, there's a lot of things he has that can switch into an Apple Acid pretty easily. But those things either, like, don't appreciate Body Press, like the Porygon and the Meltank don't appreciate Body Press. And, frankly, they also don't appreciate a Dragon Pulse when they're at -1 SPDF from the Apple Acid. Like, Rotom, Arcanine, Victini, they will not appreciate Dragon Pulse. And then, of course, I have Recover because I wanted to keep myself as healthy as possible. I'm going to be taking a lot of hard hits here. Specifically, probably an Ice-type move like a Glaciate from the Victini. I'm ignoring the Ice-type moves from Kyurem Black because they will always kill me because they ignore my Thick Fat because Terravolt is stupid. So, that's problematic as it is. But there's a lot of things in this team that I just hard wall with this Mon. And so, that's the whole point of Appleton, is just to be a big chunky wall and make people's days bad. Next up, we have Going Merry, the Keldeo, Choice Specs Keldeo, Secret Sword, Hydro Pump, Scald, and Flip Turn. I don't need any other coverage. Secret Sword does a lot of damage to Gastrodon. And That's the only thing I need to know. He doesn't have a ghost type. That's a key thing that I noticed immediately. He doesn't have a ghost type. So literally, Specs a Secret Sword is the freest click in the world. His fairy type doesn't resist it. His only resists are Rotom of Fan, which, again, I could see coming to the game. I could very well see that being a thing. But I genuinely believe if he's bringing one of his 2 electro types, I think it's probably Jolteon, in my opinion. Although, it's about 50-50, I'm not sure. But I feel like Jolteon's more likely. But it's Rotom Fan and Victini. Now, both of which are decently bulky. But Victini's not switching in on me. In any world. No one is switching a Victini into a Keldeo. That's just not happening. So, basically, his only real switch-in, his only actual switch-in to Keldeo is going to be the Rotom Fan if it shows up. Everything else is getting murked by Secret Sword. Absolutely body-bagged by Secret Sword. Nothing comes in on this. And then once Gastrodon's gone, I'm also free to just click a Specs Hydro Pump. If I think they're going to switch, I can click Flip Turn and capitalize on that. I can click Scald if I don't want to waste my Hydro Pumps. And if I can guarantee a kill on something with Spec Scald, I would rather do that. So I don't have to bank always on Hydro Pump hitting. Like, I don't need any other coverage in this game because, frankly, Secret Sword does everything I need it to do, and Hydro Pump can do plenty later on. So, I'm basically in a position where I don't have to think with Keldeo, and I love that. I love that for me. Like I said, once Gastrodon's gone, this thing just kind of runs his team, which is great. Next up, we have Orochimaru, the Shiny Sandaconda, with the Yachi Berry, Shed Skin ability, max HP, 4 in attack, 56 defense, Impish Nature, 196 into Spadef. Now, this thing is kind of like a hopeful way of being able to deal with Kyurem Black. And like I say, hopeful is like a big hopeful. I'm just gonna calc something real fast. Let me just do blank set versus Kyurem Black. Earthquake. 4. Okay. So if he's still offensive, okay, so that's important. So Earthquake will always be able to break a sub for Kyurem Black, which I think is very crucial. And I hope that he switches it in on this thing so that he sees how much damage my Earthquake does, so he sees that he can't sub on this thing. That's something I need him to know. I need him to absolutely know as early as possible. Yachi Berry allows me to take... Because I'm still not entirely sure how it works with multi-hit moves. The way it calcs it is it cuts half of all of the hits for the move the first time it goes. I don't believe that that's how it works. Part of me thinks it only does 1 hit, but again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Just have to go off of what the calcs are saying to me. And the calc basically says that with max HP and 56 defense EVs, Impish Nature, we take under half. I believe it's under half. Let me actually put that in real quick. It's 56 Impish. Right, yeah. With the Yachi Berry. Yeah, we take under half from 3 Icicle Spear hits from Life Orb Kyurem Black, which is really important. I want to keep this thing as healthy as possible. Even if it's 5 hits, I believe we still live 5 hits. Yeah, we live 5 hits comfortably. Comfortably as we can. The main thing here is if he knows he can't sub in front of this thing, or if he just doesn't have sub, I can just sit this... if he comes in with Kyurem against this, I can just sit in front of him and click Galare. I can just click Glare. And if I can get Kyurem Black paralyzed, all my problems in the world are solved. This thing also is really good for Victini. And mind you, I put all that SPDF in because it helps with helps us live an Ice Beam / Freeze Dry as well as an option. We live Abandoned V-Create with our defensive investment, which is great, and every other hit doesn't touch us. And they have a special set on here? I don't believe they have any special sets on here. Which is weird. Why would you not have the special sets on here at all as an option? They are. Special attacker. Duh. I don't read. And with the, what is it, 196? 196 SPDF, we comfortably take any hit from the special side. So we can easily glare the Victini as well and not have to worry about it anymore. And once it's paralyzed, we will be faster. We will be faster, unless it's a Choice Scarf variant. We'll be faster and we'll be able to smack it with our big boy Earthquakes, which is really great. Love that. Love that for us. And then we have Stealth Rock and Rest as well. Important. Stealth Rocks, again, if he doesn't run boots on his important offensive mons, that's a problem for him. That makes things so much easier for us to deal with. So, again, having rocks isn't the best thing because, you know, we're going to be wanting to defog a lot, but still, I think it could be useful against his team. And then we have Rest because Shedskin, we can rest, get ourselves back to full, and potentially just Shedskin that right off. Not have to worry about it, which is great. Next up, we have Professor X, the Galarian Slowking. Max HP, 228 defense with a bold nature. 28 in speed. Again, 28 in speed. That is for the Gastrodon. I wanted to outspeed the Gastrodon because I want to be able to slack off in its face. I want to be able to fire off Future Sights in its face. I just wanted to outspeed the Gastrodon because I thought it would be nice to outspeed Gastrodon. It also helps, you know, with Copper because Copper is also the same speed as us, so at least we'll be faster than Copper, which is very important because, you know, if he brings Copper, we can Fire Blast it. And potentially to a KO it, which is always good. Basically, with Sugar Berry, it's kind of like we get to deal with Kyurem Black with like potential Earth Power sets. We're physically defensive, so we do still tank a hit from Kyurem, and we can hit it back with like Sludge Bombs and stuff. This helps us deal with Grimmsnarl pretty well. I mean, obviously, it sets up screens in our face. It's annoying, but we can just spam Sludge Bomb against it, potentially get a poison, and then not have to worry about it anymore. Getting poisons on everything in this match is going to be crucial. Very, very crucial to us doing well here. I do believe we live Abandoned V-Create. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think it happens. If not, that's depressing, but we'll get there when we get there. This thing just does pretty well against his team, and keeping it around makes it a nuisance. Sludge Bomb plus Future Sight and stuff is going to be really problematic for him. I can set up Future Sight as well pretty nicely. The only thing that he's going to want to sit in front of this thing to try to deal with the Future Sight would probably be the Copper because I don't think he wants to try to sit Victini in front of this and get it poisoned by Sludge Bombs. I don't think he wants to sit, and I don't think he wants to do the same kind of reason with Grimmsnarl because while it's a Dark type and it's immune to the Future Sight, it does not appreciate my Sludge Bombs because it's a Fairy type. So I think this thing puts a lot of pressure on his team and can put a lot of pressure in multiple situations. Then obviously with the Fire Blast, so we can deal with the Copper as it's trying to sit in front of us to, you know, deal with the Future Sight, which is nice. And we don't have to worry about it because we have the Chicoberry. So the Chicoberry is not just for the Earth Power from Kyurem Black, but it's also for Earthquake from things like Gastrodon or specifically, in this case, the Copper Raja. So we can deal with it appropriately and not have to stress. Love that. Next up we have Tokiyami, the Corviknight with the Wakan Berry. Pressure ability. Body Press, Iron Defense, Roost, and Defog. What's important here is pressure. Because Kyurem Black, a lot of its coverage moves, the coverage move it tends to run, being Fusion Bolt, only has 8 PP. That's important. Surprisingly important. Because with the Wakan Berry, we stall out 2. And we get up an Iron Defense as he clicks it. And then we can Roost in front of his face. And if he's not, like, super offensive... Actually, I think... Again, I apologize these team builders are so long. I'm still getting used to doing them again. 4... 252. Kyurem Black. Wakan. So with the Wakan Berry, right, we take 41 to 49 from Fusion Bolt. Okay? We set up an Iron Defense. We still take 41 to 49 from Fusion Bolt. So we are always living 2 Fusion Bolts if we set up an Iron Defense as he goes for it. And then we Roost. And then in 2 more turns after the second one, he's out of Fusion Bolts. And then we can just beat him completely. We will no longer have any chance of losing to the Kyurem Black. And this is if he's Life Orb. If he's not Life Orb, if he's just Boots, if he's just heavy-duty Boots, right? Look at how much that drops. 32 to 38? It doesn't even 3-hit KO us. We get to Roost up and gain health against this thing then. And we can start clicking Body Press sooner, which is amazing. This thing also technically kind of, after it gets enough Iron Defenses up, can sort of deal with a physically offensive Victini. Sort of. We're fully Spit F, so we take 1 hit from Special Victini, guaranteed. But dealing with physical Victini is a problem. But I think we can still do it if we get our Iron Defenses up before it comes back on the field. We have Roost, we have Defog, because Defog is important in this one because of Shuckle. But then once we get some Iron Defenses up, he has resistances to Body Press. A resist to Body Press in Victini. Well, no, it has Rotom Fan. I keep forgetting Rotom Fan's a Pokemon. But that's about it. I still just click Body Press a bunch of times and I can win. Corviknight's a stupid Pokemon and everyone should know it. I don't even need defensive investment when I have Iron Defense, and I can just click it a bunch of times and then click Body Press and win. And last but not least, we have a team that requires some help. So we're bringing Kurama, the Comfey, Leftovers, Triage Ability, Draining Kiss, Leech Seed, Aromatherapy, Synthesis. This is going to be so annoying for his team. One, if he doesn't bring Meltank, I click... anytime this thing hits the field, I click Leech Seed immediately and don't think. Because if he doesn't have Meltank, he doesn't have his Grass immunity. If he doesn't have his Grass immunity, he has no Grass type. So I just Leech Seed. I always get Leech Seeds off. Always. Always, always, always get Leech Seeds off on something. Draining Kiss, with being priority and stuff, is going to be really important because it allows me to get damage off on Grimmsnarl before it sets up a screen. It allows me to get hard-hitting damage off on the Kyurem Black. It's really, really good. I try... this is another case of a 4 move slot syndrome because I needed Synthesis to make sure to keep this thing healthy. To be able to keep it healthy for as long as possible. I needed Aromatherapy because looking at this team, Things like Grimmsnarl like to throw off T-Waves, Porygon 2 likes to T-Wave things, Gastrodon likes clicking Toxic, let's also click Scald for burns and stuff. You know, Meltank's Body Slam for Paras, Rotom's like to Will-O-Wisp, Arcanine's like to Will-O-Wisp, you know, Blue Flare can burn, Bolt Strike can Para, all that kind of like, and Shuckle, it just loves clicking Toxic. So, it's pretty much inevitable that there's going to be a lot of members of my team that are going to have statuses. I needed aromatherapy to be able to get rid of those. And then I needed Stab Draining Kiss to be able to deal with Kyurem and Grimmsnarl to the best of my ability. So it was like, I wanted to fit on Giga Drain so badly so that I could just priority Giga Drain the Gastrodon. But like, I have enough things to deal with Gastrodon. I'm not particularly worried about Gastrodon at all. So, yeah, this thing just kind of, it's literally just here for full support purposes. And plus, it'll be really funny if I just get to spread Leech Seed every time this thing touches the field. I really want to do that. So, that is going to be the team. We're going to go ahead and hop into the battle, and let's see if we can pick up a W against our boy Nate. Alright guys, we are here and we are going to do this one live comm. We're sending the challenge to Nate right now. And we're going to see how this matchup goes. I am super excited, as always. Super excited to play Nate because Nate is a legend and I love him to death. He's a great dude. Such a cool guy. So, really looking forward to this one. I'm going to pull up the doc real quick just to kind of go over his team. What he did bring, what he didn't bring. Okay, so he does indeed bring the Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Did not expect the Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, I'm not going to lie to you. Was not expecting a full Shuck Duck Quack Quack situation. Brings the Kyurem Black, of course, the Grimmsnarl, of course. He's been loving Grimmsnarl since Gen 8 started. He brings the P2, he brings the Gastrodon, he brings the Jolteon, and he brings the Shuckle. So he just brings the top 5 of his team and the Shuckle. So no Meltank, that's really good. If I status something, it's staying statused. That's really, really nice. I was hoping the Meltank wouldn't show up because that'd be annoying. No Rotom Fan, which is honestly preferable. It means that Appleton deals with a lot of his team way, way better. Which is really good. Also means that Keldeo is 1,000% better. That's literally like one of the best switch-ins on his team to Keldeo, not here. Actually, he brought no good switch-in to Keldeo at all. His Victini's not here either. And no Copperajah, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal. So, part of me wants to lead Keldeo and just say, fuck it, because it goes so far in on his team. However, I'm going to opt to not do that and just lead with Sandaconda. We do have defog, so I'm not overly stressing this at all. Couldn't I just go Tokiyami and just set up on this thing? Realistically, I could, but he might have knockoff. He has no removal, so I'm just going to start Earthquaking this thing. Red card. Okay. I'm okay with that, mostly because of the fact... I won't need Toxic Knee, I had Chetskin, so I'm not too worried about that. Mostly because it got me in on the Mon that I have Aromatherapy on. So it's like, okay, let me get rid of that Toxic real quick. Excuse me, pardon me, let me just remove your Toxic. Thank you. Cool. Gyro Ball. Cool. I'm gonna Draining Kiss here. Use some Toxic, Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball. So like nothing crazy happening here. The Draining Kiss off. I'm gonna Leech Seed this thing because I'm gonna. He's not Trace, which is kind of interesting, or Download, so he's definitely Analytic, which is annoying. Youch, that hurt. That did damage. I'm gonna Draining Kiss him. Give him a little kiss. He gets the para. That's just mean. That's just mean, Nate. Why would you get the para on me like that? I can afford to just aromatherapy. I forgot aromatherapy didn't get the priority. Oh well. Well, actually, he doesn't get the boost on it that time, which is nice. Take those. Wait, is he meant to be fast? I'm confused. Hold on. Aromatherapy doesn't get the priority off of triage. So is he just fat? Is he natural? Is he max speed P2? There's no way he's max speed P2. I'm gonna synthesis. Yeah, the recover was coming eventually. I mean, realistically, I could probably just sit in here and stall this thing out if it recovers, to be completely honest. Ooh, got a crit. Alright, I'm going to get him down a little low again, and then I'm going to try to switch hard into... Actually, that's fine. So I'll throw a leech seed on this. This Comfey is incredibly annoying for him right now because he doesn't really have anything he can do about it. Like, I can let the Toxic sit for a little bit. Then I can aromatherapy it off now. I'll use Rocky Helmet Gastrodon. That's a little bit annoying. At least he brought this in because he now knows that I don't carry the Giga Drain. So it's not as big of a deal. I'm just going to Draining Kiss this because I have the priority before he gets to set up screens. He's going to bulk up here. That's fine. I don't really care. I'm not worried about this thing. I can just Draining Kiss on this thing all day. Actually, I'm going to Leech Seed on it first. He Spirit Breaks. Ooh, he gets the crit! Big damage. I don't like it. I don't like the big damage. I'm going to Synthesis. Hi. Owie. He's doing damage. He's doing a lot of damage. We synth. Cool. I'm going to throw seeds on this. Because I can. I've only seen Try Attack recover. It's annoying. This P2 is incredibly annoying, but it's definitely max speed. I know that for a considerable fact. It's definitely max speed. Porygon 2. So, Analytic, Try Attack, typically does that much, so it's about 1.5 times. So Slowking should be able to come in on this pretty freely. Yeah, let's go Slowking. He goes Jolteon here, okay. That's fine. I can just fire off a free Sludge Bomb. He's Throat Spray, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that particularly. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb again. He fires off a T-Bolt. That's some good damage. Let me get the poison here. And does he Hyper Voice or does he? I don't think I care. I get Regenerator. I can just get it all back. I'm gonna go hard into Orochimaru here. Yeah, he Volt Switched. Nice. Caught him. Caught him! And now we get the kill on Slowking. Nice. Nice stuff. Good stuff. The Shuckle's down to about half. Gastro's at half. Grimmsnarl's at half. Porygon 2's at about half. I've chipped down a lot of his team. And if he goes Kyurem right here, that's a really big moment for me. So I might be able to just glare him straight up. And that'd be great. This is certainly quite the matchup. For sure. It's quite a matchup. The cool part about this is his speed is gone. That's one of the biggest important parts of it for me. Is all of his speed is no more. Part of me wants to glare this thing just for the sake of glaring things. I have Toxic on stuff. I don't really have Toxic. I don't have Toxic on anything, so I'm gonna glare it. I'm gonna glare this. He's gonna Toxic me. That's fine. I'm gonna. Am I worried about getting rid of my rocks at this point? The rocks on this side at this point? I'm not. I'm gonna throw up rocks. Scalds. That's big damage for me, but that's not like end of the world type damage. I'm gonna rest here. Get my rest up. Earthquakes. A little bit of damage. A little bit of damage. Scalds. Can I get the shed skin here? Of course not. Can you get parried too? Okay, we'll just sack Orochimaru there. That's fine. Did we hit this thing with anything? Let me try to figure out this thing's set. Hold on. We've hit this thing with. We hit this thing with Comfey. Hit this thing with Comfey. It took 14 from Draining Kiss. 14 Gastrodon. That's about it for physically defensive Gastrodon. Okay. What is Keldeo doing with Secret Sword? Ooh, that's some Gucci damage. Might be able to just knock it out right here. Or I could just go into Appleton and just start clicking Apple Acid. No, this is smarter. This is much smarter. Because he doesn't have a switch into this. He genuinely has no switch-ins to this. At all. Anything he brings in is dying on impact. Nice. Got the roll. If he is fully Fizz-Def. I don't know if he's fully Fizz-Def. He goes into Grimmsnarl. I can't let him T-Wave me. Okay, hold on. I kill him no matter what here. He can't outspeed me. Best he can do is T-Wave me, and I can just aromatherapy that off with Comfey. So it's not a big deal. Or I can just go into Comfey. He was just willing to sack it off. He was really just willing to sack off his Grimmsnarl there. That's mental to me. That's mental. Alright, well I'm going to get a butt ton of recovery back from that. He was just going to hand me his Grimmsnarl. That's insane. Oh, okay, cool. He's not Boots, so I can Draining Kiss on this. That does nothing. He's Weakness Policy. Oofies. But that means he's not faster than me, so I can just go Keldeo and just click Secret Sword 3 times and win the game. Cool. Bop that. Keldy Goat. If I just had the balls to stay in and click Secret Sword, I would have just won right away, and I would have gotten 5 kills with Keldeo in this game, but unfortunately I did not have the balls. GG. And we only get 4 kills with Keldeo. Very unfortunate. Unfortunate scenario, but it is what it is. Oh well, but GG's, Nate. Well played, my dude. That was a tough matchup. Very tough matchup. That was a really tough. Like, it was really hard game for his team, because realistically, like, we look at the matchup. Let me pull up the team on my phone real quick. Again, just looking at the matchup, like, he had so little for Keldeo. Like, very few actual things to deal with Keldeo at all. Like, realistically, his only switch into Keldeo would have been like a fully Spadef, like really bulky Rotom fan. And like that can only do so much for him, because it can switch in on the Secret Swords, but it can't really switch in too well on the water moves. So you have to play around with Rotom Fan and Gastrodon way too much to try to get around this thing. So it was a really tough matchup, plain and simple. Like he did incredibly well with the matchup that he was given. Wow, that was... I am so sorry. The matchup was... Oh, the recording is really crap. Why is my live com battles thing so far over? I don't remember ever editing this. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about that. That really sucks. I mean, you definitely probably could have still seen him, but you wouldn't have seen like his team on the layout. I apologize. I will make sure that's fixed for the next time I do this. I don't know why it was wrong this time. Let me actually just edit it now live on camera, because I can. And make sure that it's correct for the future, so we don't have crap like this happen again. Okay, apply that, and then we'll boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop. This is how it was supposed to look. Unfortunately, my software changed my settings for some reason, because I genuinely don't think I've ever touched this one. But anyways, we pick up a big 4-0 win, week 2, which we really needed. Needed to get some differential on the board, so I'm very happy about that. Next week, we take on our last division member in Liam in the Auckland Ambipom, so that's going to be, it's going to be one heck of a tough matchup. So we're gonna really have to work our asses off for that one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'm PokePrimer signing off. Peace.